don't know. Baby, you're stepping it. I love you, but you're stepping on the keyboard. Here, you can sit on there like somebody. You got your own stool. I didn't grow up in a lion tamer like Ed LeVay. And you're a small lion anyway. Well, I would have to move everything out of the way. Where did my videos go? Well, trying to make my channel more private for me and my friend Mercury that's been here for years. Touch base. It wouldn't matter because I know how to pen pal. I had a pen pal in 5th grade from the Philippines. I got a friend from Norway. I've known him for years. And I say hi to. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of tired of social media. This is gonna go on all day, you stubborn, silly little shit. I'll tell you what. I'm sick of it. You know what I mean? I'm sick of the bullying. I'm sick of the hate. I want to present myself in a good way, too, where people who know me in real life, personal life, know that I'm not an asshole. I can be made to have a temper and say things I don't mean to say that could hurt people's feelings when, I'm triggered like that. And that's the problem with attention deficit. You can do something impulsive and say something and, oh, fuck, I did not mean to do that. It's too late. It's out here. Everybody can see it, But I'm sick and tired of the modern day Nazis. Now, you know who you are. The white male, I can't say Christian supremacists because you know who you are. It can be anything. You think men or women have a superiority complex that want to cause us folks out here to have inferiority complexes. You know what I mean? You know who you are. You know what you are. You're the kind of people I try to stick up against, and for other people that can't. How do I know, like, if Jimmy was out here, someone would be mean to him? Now, he has a learning disability. He doesn't, people who have them, even though they have trouble with their learning, they still have emotions and feelings. You know what I'm saying? And it's not right to do that. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the shit. You know what social media is being used for the wrong reasons? To hate other people? I might come out here and I might watch a few videos here and there. Be a lurker, just like to see how people, if and ever the hostility ever goes away, I may consider coming back and being active. But for now, somehow I permanently deleted all my videos. I had some of Jimmy and his drones, and of my old cat Bailey that passed away, but he's here. I've lost something that I have on my hard drive, I hope. That I can transfer to a thumbstick if and whenever I do decide and can build a new computer, I'm going to do that. For now, the old thing's running, helping me save money when the time comes. That'll be whatever we can do with it. I've looked at HSN and they got some computers, but Jimmy doesn't want the new type of computer. They're like the flat panel in front of me, and everything is built into them, like an eMac or an iMac. So the computer components are in the actual screen too. So those things are bitches to fix. You know what I'm talking about. This TV right here we got from this little flat panel has a DVD from it. So with the DVD and the TV goes up, the other one ain't gonna work. Carrie didn't want it and she gave it to Jimmy. So he had it. I got mine. I have my little 19-inch Philips. I think it's a 720. The backlight has never gone up on it. And I'm tired of this shit. I don't want people to know. I don't want to be mean because I know what it can do to people. I had it done to me. You never get over that. It's up here. You get nightmares. It ruins your life. Totally ruins your life. I wish that every school, when the kids are old enough to retain everything, would show them videos or movies with Holocaust survivors. Teach them about the Inquisition and stuff. Tell them the truth about history. Don't sugarcoat it, like Dr. Phil said. I love him. But he says, I'm not going to sugarcoat something. This is how it is. That's the way it's going to be that way every day. That's how he comes across it. I'm sick of it. I don't like a hostile environment. It reminds me of myself when I was bullied, when I had to go through. I didn't want any, like my mom, she's in the funeral industry and been in it. I don't want anybody to have to say goodbye to their friends and family because of what someone else done to them. To me, that is no longer suicide. That should be tried as homicide. Essentially, you turn that person as a weapon against themselves. I don't know. World is fucked up place to be. I want to be out here, be peaceful, share my art supplies and stuff I like doing. But even I get bullied, either because I'm fat, I'm alone, I like maybe I'm not traditional religion like everybody should be. If someone don't hate you for one reason, it's going to be a new one. Social media is like drinking fucking cyanide. I'm pardon my French, but it is. It's getting to be like that. It's being used for the wrong purpose. All you should really use it for, in my opinion, is like like a hobby, like show and tell. Say hi to a friend or something. You you know don't you're not someone's mama and daddy. They want an opinion, let them have one. You don't need to be a teacher. You're not correcting people. I can spot a misogynist, narcissistic person right away. They're the first person to comment on anything I do, and I'm wrong. Including the time I was a left-hander trying to learn how to play a right-handed guitar. I was wrong. True, you were right about that. I gave them all away, and I have my left-handed purple one. And the ukulele, I don't know about that. I just use that to fool around with Tiny Tim and stuff. And right now, I want to look up more about this Edgar ventriloquist dummy I see now here. This freaky thing. He was like an Annabelle, but you'd have to look it up. The ventriloquist dummy was named, I think. Why would I play Slayer and get a copyright thing? I haven't done any work. But anyway, this ventriloquist dummy. Okay, years ago, I think there used to be, the WC field, it was like before we even had televisions. There was a ventriloquist. His name was Edgar Bergen. And his ventriloquist mannequin, I'm not going to say the D word, puppet, his name was, is it Charlie McCarthy? Could that have been it? Yeah, well, anyway, you're going to reverse this because in the other case, this other historical thing, which is probably, the picture looks like I've seen of it, if it's a real picture. It was probably in the 1930s. And there was this freak thing this other ventriloquist did. And he had taken a real boy that had died his son, apparently. And for some bizarre freak reason, he went through some form of grief and he couldn't let go. Kind of like that Dr. Van Kosel that kept his tuberculosis patient for years. He kept putting stuff on him to prevent the decomposition. Well, this guy had done something similar with his son, using latex, which I didn't know they had back then. And somehow or another, they think the doll was like an Annabelle. Because when he would be doing the thing they do, it didn't look like he was moving his mouth. You try and talk to him and other things, you still can recognize the tongue moving, because that's what's just with our words. But with him, they said they didn't notice that. And they think the doll was an actual spirit doll, the ventriloquist mannequin puppet thing. So we don't know how he was dead in the room they found him. There was blood all over. He had no throat lock. So that's what it was. The actual real ventriloquist. His name was Charlie McCarthy. The doll was Edgar. In the case of the modern one, if you go on and look up Charlie the ventriloquist dummy, the actual ventriloquist that used it, his name was Edgar. He just reversed it from the old one. If you can understand what I'm trying to talk about, but I'm on here. I'd rather go and look up stuff about that, see how real it really is. But I like freaky things like that. What the hell? And then I went and watched the movie Dead Silence, which is in a weird way based off that story. I know the Twilight Zone had a thing with a ventriloquist mannequin on it. I'm not going to use the D word because people use that to hurt people's feelings. I'm not using it. I'm going to try and learn not to do that. I got to slow down my thoughts and stuff. And I can't, and you know how it is. But anyway, right now, Jimmy's doing great. He hasn't played his drums. I don't know if he's going on. They're basically over there collecting dust. Maybe he doesn't want it right now because there's been a lot of new movements, and maybe he doesn't want to get reported. So keep them there. They can go or leave them there. Want them as a collector's item, people. Do what you want with them. Use them for a table. So, new art projects. But I can for now, because this hand has to be done first. But this is my dominant hand, so they're going to do this first and that one and the next one. So I can't like sometimes even use this computer mouse for a length of time, or even the phone. That repetitive motion hurts. But I'm sick of it. See this guy right here. His name is. He's one of Dr. Dangler's idiots. He's another white male supremacist that picks on people. He's not an endocrinologist. He doesn't understand polycystic ovarian syndrome. Oh, he ain't very bright. He knows damn well if I were to put Slayer on here, I'd get a copyright strike, so I'm not going to do it. That's why they have those open source MP3s you can use. YouTube owns them. Or you can, like for pictures in a video, you can use open stock pictures. Can't use anything that's watermarked. That's illegal. They can't do that. It's not supposed to be doing that. Yeah, and they got to do a DNC unless they have to do the TVU again, which the other doctor's trying to do. And they have to have a total hysterectomy eventually. I hope hell not. And that does not take care of PCOS. It takes more than the ovaries to do it. Most women are actually born with it. I don't quite understand this. I just try to do the best I can with the doctors. If anything does, I need bariatric. I don't know if I ever qualify for it. 2 surgeons up in our area have referrals for me when I'm ready. So it's just a matter of deciding if I want to go way down to Syracuse, which is 2.5 hours away, or up to Saranac. But I was worried because I've heard about people having more complications from the guy up in the mountains. But he's good, obviously, because there's been a lot of people who've had him. The guy in Syracuse, I think maybe he'd be better. But my mom says if something were to happen, she could drive up to Saranac Lake better to the Adirondack Medical Center. The other place, I'd have to get a volunteer driver or an ambulance if something did go wrong. So, and you are going to be blocked. You're going to be reported to Facebook. Better yet, I'm pretty smart with computers. I could find your IP and report to the New York State Police Department. You're a bully. You're an asshole. I hope you feel somehow the physical pain that you cause other people or the mental anguish. Your friend Dr. Dangler shouldn't even be on here. People like you. What's wrong with social media? Back then people died from them in the mental health unit. You know what? Nazi punk, fuck off. My uncle killed one of you fucking bastards over in France years ago. I wish it was you he got instead. Now, that's not a threat. I just wish someone like you, he would have gotten them. Serve you right.
MetalheadMissy, here is your reminder.
Well, I'm going to go before I get in some serious trouble. I don't know if there's such thing as YouTube jail, but I don't want to be out here anymore, so. You know what I hope happens to you guys when either Dr. Hell or Graver is doing my surgery? You haters feel all the pain that I can't feel because I'll be on anesthesia. Somehow you can feel a little bit of that. That's what I hope happens. So I'm going to take off and, because people like this retard right here. Hey, YouTube, check out this guy right here. His name's ALL3D Lee, if you get to read it. Him and his friends, there's a Dr. Danglers. Richie Milkus, he takes people's videos, edits them, and he lets people bully. That's what he's doing. See? To you. Don't scare me. I have a mental health therapist that has to work with me because of people like you. The dietitian, I'm trying. You know what polycystic ovarian syndrome is? It causes people to gain weight. For one, it's an endocrine system disorder. My mom was a nurse, and even she couldn't understand the endocrine system. Maybe Dr. Chi needs to pay you a visit to make them understand that. Of course, people like you don't retain anything you learn. Even though I have ADHD, we got things going real fast like that, and whatever. But You'd have to have it explained to you. Well, well, never mind. You probably don't even know. Fucking hell with it. Do you feel good about yourself at the end of the day, knowing you're a white male supremacist? Do you feel good about that? Can you sleep easier at night? Does it make you sleep better? Do you sleep better than the people you cause not to be able to? Yeah, whatever. If there ever is an apocalypse and the rapture, God's coming for you people first. What would you do, say, if somebody committed suicide, felt bad enough about something you said? Do you think that you caused that? Would you feel better about yourself? You and your buddy Richie Milk, this fucking criminal. You ought to talk. You know, your friends probably had more Narcan than the fucking medical community can own. Well, that's what you want to think. Do what you want to do. You know what? You know what? People like you eventually, where you end up. My cousins are two correctional officers. You want to find out where you end up? I'll ask them. That could be babysat by them eventually. People like you are why there's gun law problems in the country. Not the gun owners that want to hunt and use them for the right reasons. Me too. I'm more agnostic. I'd be more at home with the Unitarian Universalist Church of Canton, but I don't go to church and stuff. Well, I'll be living my own life and trying to heal and get better so I can be here for the people that matter that do love me. I don't want them to mourn as much as I can help them. But whatever. You know what's wrong with you? You know why bullies do the shit they do? Because something in your fucking life was so fucked up that you feel now all you have is to hurt other people in order to feel good, like people like me. Wasn't for me, you bullies wouldn't have any fucking content. If you take our videos and you dissect them, put your hatred in you. Here's the new thing they do. This ain't for hate, by the way. We don't want you going and bullying other people. Yeah, you fucking do. Oh, we're worried about your health. No, you're not a fucking medical doctor. You ain't got the fucking brains to be one. Suppose right now I were to go outdoors and my mom were to cross the railroad tracks, right? And the CSX was coming through there, and we didn't make it for some reason. Don't fucking have an orgasm over that now, and have a necrophilic ex, whatever. But suppose we weren't going to make it. Did my obesity cause that death directly? No. You just need to leave these people alone. Sometimes people are big because they've had a traumatic childhood. They might have an endocrine system disorder. They might be on meds like steroids that cause weight gain. What do you fucking know? You just know what you see. You're not smart enough to fucking understand. That was the problem with the Nazis. They were stupid. Even though some of them were actual doctors, they were stupid. Like the old man I see said about my cardiologist because he doesn't want to put his hands on people. He sits way over in a corner and he called my doctor freaking stupid. He's an old country doctor. He's so cute. But I got to change doctors because the technology is too much on him. He says it's an awful fucking thing. Said that last time. That you I've never heard doctors swear too often. But this one doctor, he's cute as a button. He's got like maybe a New Hampshire type accent. He says it's fucking shame. He says you can't even be a doctor, right? These computers are doing it for us. But, I just want, you're not a freaking doctor. You don't know shit about people. The only reason you want us to have a gastric bypass is because you'll probably freaking die during it. That's the real freaking reason. You're a fucking sadist. You're sadistic people. And the devil don't even fucking want you down there. If you know anything about the Goetia, there's protective spirits mostly, not vengeful. They were fucked over too. They used to be pagan god and goddesses until your Inquisition buddies came along. And as far as the abortion goes, you motherfuckers don't give a shit about the woman. All you're worried about is that the male fetus makes it to full term. You're worried about the little boy. You don't give a fuck about the little girls. And that's fairly obvious because that little girl that was raped, that little 12-year-old, she had to go to a different state. Her body was not capable of handling that fetus. They had to save her life. What about that, huh? You know the yin yang symbol, there's good and bad and everything. You might want to learn that. People like you is what's ruined social media. You and your orange-haired president. You ever see my orange-haired president steamer diverter I got for my Instapot? The smoke goes out up his poop chute and out his ears. He's the two mistakes I made. Pressured by family members. Oh, you should vote for him. You should vote for him. This and that. Yeah, the fucking worst mistake I ever made. I don't feel bad about voting for Ralph Nader twice. And Obama. I'm done voting now. Because you know what? I got better things to do. You don't want women to vote anyway, right? Because people like Susan B. Anthony fought and risked their fucking lives so we could. You're just probably thinking this to appease us and shut us up. You want to own one of those bridles the Inquisition did. That's what you want. With the nail going through it so we can't talk. You want me to tell you what the Inquisition used on people? They had this great big claw thing that looked like head calipers for measurements. I can't run anyways. That whole system of balance is right. People like me could ever do. I used to get an honor roll in school, so when I read, I come out and read mostly. And I retain every fucking thing I see. So, you want to come at me and kill me because I'm supposedly a woman and I'm not supposed to be intelligent and allowed to have opinions about people like you? But bring the fucking Nazis on. You know what? Fuck them. I don't mind being gassed. My gas is better than theirs anyway. And as far as that fucking oven they had in Birkenhauer, go right to fucking head. My goddamn farts will blow it the fuck up. I want it to be cremated anyways. You're doing me a favor. Or donate it to a forensic body farm. You know why? Because it's still in its infancy and they can find people like you who've done bad things to people, no matter what you fucking do. Because they're smart people with educations. So I had to drop out of school because of fuck faces like you. Wouldn't leave me alone. I could have been anything I probably wanted to be. But I know everything I see on here. I know what you're about. What the Nazis did. You ought to suck on a tank and Zyklon B, see how you fucking like it. I don't know where they are, but if I find one in the landfill, I'll come over there, I'll shut up your fucking ass. And then my gastroenterologist can come and get it out for you. How about that, huh? Not that I really do, but no, I'm not going to go do nothing. I can't. He's threatening me. He's probably the type of person that would tell somebody on here, he hasn't done it yet because he knows YouTube is going to find his ass. This guy tells people to kill themselves. You might want to investigate him. Yeah, it's Sunday. Well, you know what? People like you chase me away. If that's what you want, good for you. I'm going to figure out how to make my channel private. But like I said, all the videos were gone because I couldn't figure out if the technology is getting out of control. I'm going to build myself a new computer, put the thing behind a VPN, have the Tor browser, and I'll know exactly where you're at, buddy. I'll take the old one down somewhere and use it. So I don't give a fuck if someone does something back to it. Kind of thing. I'll find exactly where you are, and I'm going to get all your shit, and I'll find somebody that can find you. Yeah, we know why you're on VPN, because you and your little Nazi buddies want to do horrible medical experiments on people. Exactly what you want to do. People are like you are why they had to close Willowbrook. Because Dr. Geraldo exposed your fucking asses, didn't he? Or Geraldo, or his fuck, he was in the doctor, you know who he was. Put people in there because they had disabilities, they could torture them. I hope all the ghosts of all the survivors come and visit you today. Look at the people that suffered because of you. They're not survivors, obviously they're gone. Pay you a visit every day, the rest of your life. You're not welcome in hell, and you're not welcome in heaven. You're going to be left in purgatory. When I was in the school, they taught us what that was. You know what? Do you know what purgatory is? You're going to stay in there. You're gonna be exactly like that barge was off the coast of New York City with the garbage on it. You're gonna travel the rest of your eternity, port to port. You're not gonna have nowhere to go. You're gonna spend yourself in somewhere where there's no. Well, you know what you people remind me of? You want to sit in a white room the rest of your life and have nothing but cornmeal mush with nothing on it to live on. You want everything to fuck insane. But people like you will end up in a white room. That's where you end up. Obviously not, because, they come from people like us. First, let them. Put me on my fucking misery. I don't know where the fuck you go after. But decomposition and maggots is better than being with you people. Yeah, you're right, because he's not worth tachycardia. Right now, I'm in good shape and ready for my carpal tunnel surgery. And when I get better, I'll be able to flip you off with both hands. You do what you want. You want to own here? I'm just going to go and watch videos and hang out. Or go watch Friendly TV. That I downloaded for my Roku. I'm going to spend my days with Johnny and Roy from Emergency, and hell with you. Black curtains? You don't get no curtains in there, buddy. We had asylums back in our hometown. St. Lawrence Psychiatric Center. There's Sunmount. They're still open. There's the Colby Center. Want to go there? One of them used to be the old sanatorium and sanitarium. I'm sure the ghosts down in the St. Lawrence Psychiatric Center would like to have their way with you. It should be. I know what I put you right down in the basement of Letchworth. It's known to be haunted. Screaming down there and stuff. My uncle worked down there in the tunnels. He's a maintenance man. Yeah, there's still the old shackles on the walls. This person right here is going to be why they'll have artificial birthing units in the future. And they won't even have mothers anymore. If they live to be that long. Huh? Alright. Yeah, I got better things to do. Let them be ignorant motherfuckers. I know what they're going to do. They're going to take this video, make fun of me, put it on here. Well, I don't give a shit. Good luck, because I'll find it. I'll fucking report it. Not that it'll do you any good. You can't do nothing to me if I'm not here for you to do anything to, are you? Yeah, you have black curtains all right over your casket. That's the black curtains you're going to get. Leave the LGBTQ people, the transgender people alone. Leave women alone. Leave people of other races alone, colors and creeds. Because you're exactly what the Native Americans don't want over. You fucking ruined our lives. Now you're going to ruin somebody else's. That's why I'm so white, because that's what they wanted. But the bones will tell the tale. Yeah, but right now I'm in Facebook jail because they don't like people like us sticking up for the downtrodden. And just all I ever did, if I did use that word, was to reverse it on them for satirical reasons, so they can see what they look like to other people, how stupid and cruel they look. If I really was a hater, I wouldn't have an African. What are we supposed to call? I'm going to call it babies. I'd have two reborn dolls that are that and white. So I don't want to hurt people's feelings. You know, Facebook is more sensitive than women during that time of the month. I got smoke alarms are less sensitive than they are. There's no such thing as freedom of speech anymore. You know what? Maybe the Satanic Temple will come out with a social media site for the rest of us. That's what they say. Hey, Lucian Graves, you ever watch YouTube videos? Why don't you guys make a social media place and don't allow this guy and people like him into it? They're not so much about Satan. They don't believe in the literal Satan. They're not theistic Satanists. They're opposed to what you're doing. They're kind of like the bikers that go and stand up to those kids that have been sexually abused, that are afraid to go in court and stand up to their abusers. That's what the Satanic Temple is essentially doing. They're sticking up for people that are like all, they're together. They're against you. They're opposing forces. They're very intimidating, ain't they? Kind of like Gal and Gorgoroth. He's very intimidating. No, I can't either. My mom's Catholic. She don't get it. I have a couple of stuff here to make her happy. And because Jimmy's Catholic, and I love him. I love him no matter what. But sometimes you need diabolical intervention and divine. And then when that don't work, you better hope the fucking hell something else is out there. I mean, if the Euphrates is drying up, essentially because the higher powers have totally washed their hands of it. You're making fun of him. I know you are. I'm not to protect him from people like you. I'm not gonna let him on here either. The hell with you. You know what? After I get out of here, you're gonna be blocked. That won't do any good because you'll just make another fucking name and try and combat it, cat. Get the hell with you. Well, that's cool, but I gotta get out of here because he's getting on my fucking nerves. Have a nice day. If it is a he, you never know.